Yo, what's up? Here's a review for the new Star Wars and Disney Plus TV show Andor. Now, they put out the first three episodes of this TV show, and I'm going to review them all here, and there will be spoilers. So, man, for me, I gotta say, I am so happy that they put out all three of these episodes at once because it kind of felt like a little movie watching them. I think that they did a good job with these three episodes of just giving you kind of a beginning, middle, and an end to where that, like the beginning of the first episode is kind of you understanding who he is and what's going on and, everything around this character, while the second episode is getting more into the story, the world that he's in, and the third episode is really setting up the story for the next several episodes coming up. And I really enjoyed a lot of what they were doing there, especially with the Andor character. I would say that for the actors wise, I thought that everybody did an exceptional job. I thought Diego Luna really was really good here, kind of withdrawn, but also understanding that he wants something. He's searching for a sister and stuff like that. The connection that he has with everybody around him. I also really enjoyed another character, which is basically a robot here, who was called what's his name? It was like B2 something. B2 Emo. I really enjoyed that little robot. He didn't have the kind of beeps and boops of R2D2 or anything, but he actually like spoke and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed just how they used the robot, the look of it and stuff like that, how it moved around, and it had a good amount of character in its own. I think Star Wars is really good. We're giving these kind of inanimate objects some real good character and a really good feeling to them. I enjoyed the first two episodes for a good amount, even though they were more story driven and more just kind of setting you up for the world and stuff like that. Especially the way the show started off in the first episode, where he's going into this kind of burlesque strip club type of thing, and or like kind of like a the red light district type of thing where you pick up a girl and stuff like that. And he's going in there looking for his sister, sees these two guys at the bar who kind of mess with him. And once he gets out of the bar, they try to rob him, and the guys ended up getting shot for their troubles. So I enjoyed that beginning, especially that one of the dudes who was robbing him is from a TV show called Whites, which I just started watching not so long ago. So that was really interesting, and excited to see that actor there again. And just going on from that, where he's going to this planet, they're doing flashbacks to when he was young and stuff like that. I enjoyed that. I interested about the flashbacks though, because I don't think we get enough of. Maybe we're going to get more as the show goes on, but I don't think we get enough of who he was as a kid or what that people on the planet was, where they just kind of there as what do you call them, like just natives of the planet. I think they said it was kind of a mining planet or something like that, but I don't fully remember. But there was no parents there and stuff like that, so that was really interesting. It's just kind of like teenagers and kids. So I'm interested what was going on that planet and getting more information there, or just I don't know. It was weird to not have a little bit more there, but I enjoyed it for what it was. When you get back to the planet that he's on, where everybody is just these kind of miners, or just kind of not miners, but like scrap people, and they're all having jobs. You could say he had a job there and stuff like that, and I enjoyed his connections with. I don't know if the guy was kind of like a friend or something like that, and him kind of creating stories for Andor and everything, and trying to get him not getting figured out by other people. There's another female character, Bix, I think that's her. I really liked her because she was doing a really good job of kind of, you could tell that she cared about Andor and she cared about where they were going with their story and stuff like that, and who he was as a person, but she knew that he was trouble and everything, and I thought that she played that very well. And also her boyfriend, dude. Just, I think in all these TV shows, you always need a kind of a prick, a guy who's just you can't trust, and just you kill him off in one episode, and basically exactly what they did here. So I really enjoy what they did with her boyfriend, and also he's the one who gets everybody set up and gets these little corporate cops coming down to hunt for Andor. There was talk about more about those cop guys. The main one, who's basically just a stick up his butt type of pig, just I enjoyed his character because he's that type of dude where everybody in the cop corporations is just like, yo, keep it chill, don't get us in trouble, just do your job, but listen and stuff like that. And he's the guy who's eager to do exactly what he wants to. He's eager to move up the ladder and stuff like that, and just getting in trouble in his own little way. And I enjoyed exactly what they're doing with his character, and just how you know, the way they portrayed him just as this guy who's, taking his power and his control way too seriously. He reminds me of not like fully as a character, but just as a position, how Mike Epps was in Friday After Next, to where he was just this cop who, doing way too much. I really enjoyed that with this character. And then he got his Andor and them got their comeuppance on him towards the end of the third episode with this big old action scene, which, let's talk about that, man. I really enjoyed that action scene, the way it was shot, a lot of the scenery that they're using there, especially just with this whole show. Everything about the visuals in this show so far has been really good. I'm liking the sets, I'm liking the cinematography and all of that. But that last action scene, the way they traversed the city and all that stuff, and just how serious it felt, it did not feel like a joke, and it didn't even feel kind of um superhero-ish, or kind of heavy sci-fi-ish, like action sci-fi-ish, like the Mandalorian has felt, which I love the Mandalorian, don't get me wrong, but this one felt more grounded, it felt more real to it, and I enjoyed, especially with that action scene. But the show in general, it feels like, a serious story going on here, and I enjoyed a lot of that. What else was there? The kind of mother figure to Andor. I thought she was pretty cool. I didn't get really too much for her, and I thought her role was okay, and I don't really see her coming back, but she was fine. And then, Stellan Skarsgård at the end here, man. I was laughing at the guy on the train talking to him and stuff like that. And I also enjoyed the part where him and Andor finally first meet up, and they're going back and forth over this little box and whether or not he wants to buy it. Then he's telling him like, "Yo, I can see that there's something more with you, and I want you to come with me," and stuff like that. And that leads them on to this big old action scene. I just really enjoy Stellan Skarsgård and everything he does. I thought he was really good here. Just to say, man, I'm excited to see them go further with this show and everything that they can do. I think there's a lot of potential here, especially with something where you're not dealing with the Jedi's, you're not really dealing with the Empire for the most part. You may see it more, but it's not like, Darth Vader and stuff like that. And you get to tell a more grounded story in a Star Wars universe. And even though I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, I think that something like this is the stuff I look for when you think of, okay, a Star Wars spin-off thing. So yeah, as a show as a whole, man, I would give this a 4 out of 5. I thought this was a really good kickoff. I'm happy they dropped these first 3 episodes together, and I think this was the best way to do things here. So yeah, 4 out of 5 for me. I enjoyed the show a good amount. Come back with the next episode next when that releases. I'm out of here. Peace.